Eric Mariachi.
Hello everyone, I am Kubi, and today I would like to talk about a reserve shooter. Now, when I'm talking about the reserve shooter, I mean when it's equipped by the Pyro. If you equip a soldier, you're a good boy. You'll be getting all the presents on Christmas. But if you equip it as Pyro, I hate
you and all you stand for.
First, let's look at the stats of the weapon. There we go. The first positive attribute of this weapon is that it deploys 20% faster. I suppose that's okay. Nothing wrong here. But then we look at the second attribute. Mini crits targets launched by explosions. Nothing wrong there. Grapple hooks. That's a thing, I think. Or enemy attacks. The last one including Pyro's compression blast, also known as air blast. The only negative downside is 34% less clip size, which means you have 4 shields loaded instead of 6. Now, why is this weapon such a stupid concept of Pyro? First, it rewards Pyro for right-clicking. Just what kind of reward is that? When equipped by a soldier, he needs to launch them upwards with a rocket, which is actually kinda hard. That is a good concept. You reward for shooting at their feet and reading where the explosion sends them. But on Pyro, there's no such thing as reading to their direction. Our blast pushes you right where they aim at. So basically, you're rewarding Pyro for doing nothing but his job. This is a really stupid concept, and there's no reason to keep it that way. It makes basically Pyro be Pyro fight. It's a fight on who's air blast, which uses the other the most. So what is the problem here? A weapon shouldn't really reward a player for doing nothing and have a really small downside on it. Those tooless shells are not gonna affect much. Some of you might be saying, but Kubi, what about the flare gun? Well, you're right, the flare gun does work similarly to the reserve shooter in some instances. The reserve shooter can do a lot more damage than the flare gun can, doing up to 90 damage on point blank, which is pretty much how much damage the flare gun and a crit does. It's also capable of shooting faster, which already damage the flare gun crit, and that damage is not considering mini crits. Flare gun needs the target to be burning, which is a state which can quickly be removed by healing another Pyro or some weapon like a Mad Milk or something, I don't know. Meanwhile, the shooter's aerial state is not something that can be removed as easily, especially since they cannot blast you again and again and keep you airborne. And only on the first aspect you cannot airstrafe out of it. You can't. So they pretty much keep you pinned in place. It's also, the reserve shooter is also hit scan, which means when you shoot, the bullet like instantly goes to who knows where, instantly. The flare gun uses a projectile that moves kind of fast, but not as fast as hit scan, so you need to like read where they're going to go to make it effective. So what could make the reserve shooter not as cheesy on Pyro? Well, the whole concept's already stupid on Pyro, like what the fuck did they add it to the Pyro? There's ways so Pyro don't rely like too much on it, since pretty much all Pyros with the reserve shooter rely like a lot, like it's their primary weapon. One way is to keep Pyro a slightly longer delay if no projectile has been reflected on its air blast. This makes Pyro rely a lot less on its air blast than it currently does. Where hurting is reflecting, so let's say if it takes half a second, wait no, more like 1 whole second between air blast. Let's say if you reflect a projectile, you have to wait that whole second. But if you air blast and nothing is reflected, it gives you like, I don't know, another second, like 2 seconds. So Pyro doesn't like just keep you pinned, and also makes Pyro have more to reflect, like how do I say it? So pretty much if Pyro misses reflecting a projectile, it like punishes him for not reflecting, I guess, for being I don't know. That's just one way. Another way is to make the reserve shooter holster lower on Pyro. By holster I mean when you switch out of it, like switch from reserve shooter to a flamethrower, it takes more. So you can like use air blast, reserve shooter, pew, go back to flamethrower, air blast, change the reserve shooter pew, and just repeat until they die. Instead, it makes air blast, change yours to shooter, shoot, and then there's gonna be the when you switch back to your flamethrower, this is going to be more time that you have to wait until the flamethrower can be used, so you can just keep spamming it and keep them on the wall. And instead of having them kill you with only the mini crits on it, they have to rely on their flames like Pyro's was meant to be, and just like only get like 1 mini crit in and try to finish them off with flames if they're escaping. So yeah, that's my opinion on the shooter. Remember, it's just an opinion, so it might not be agreeable by everyone. I'll still have your views it though. Thanks for watching. Remember to like the video if you did, and subscribe if you want to see more videos. Goodbye everybody.
Smoke in the air, trend weeping in pain, blood pools everywhere, it's pouring as it rains.